Well, hey there. This is Prog Monster on this very late Thursday night, March the 31st. And I'm here to do my haul because I haven't had time to do anything today. A bit of an illness in the family, so it's taken up a lot of my time. And there will be no series issued tomorrow because I never had time to even look through it. I'll be doing both my series issue that was supposed to go out tomorrow and the one for Sunday. Probably I will do them both on Saturday. I'll have more time then. Anyways, tonight's video is my haul for the month. I wanted to get it in before the end of the month. I didn't forget it. I just didn't have any time. So it's not too long of it's not going to be too long of an episode. I only actually got 7 new albums this month. 5 from the place I usually go to, and 1 I picked up at a sale, and the 3rd one I got at The Beat Goes On, actually. They had, I saw this album, I thought, yeah, that's a good price, I'll take it. So anyways, we're going to start with this one, Jethro Tull's Passion Play. This is the 4th Jethro Tull album I've gotten in the last few months. Last 3 months, I think I've gotten 4 of them. I have quite a few, but I didn't have these 4. Anyways, I have 3 of them in my playlist right now, so I tend to not like to have too many of the same albums in my playlist, too many of the same group. Anyways, usually have about 20 albums in my playlist, so this one will go in when one of the other ones kind of gets taken out. So this album is, I've not listened to it. I've never heard it. I don't know anything about it, other than I think it's just got the 1 track on it, which then means it's similar to Thick as a Brick, which would make sense because they came out back to back. So I hope it's as good as Thick as a Brick. I've heard it's actually better. And so I'm looking forward to hearing that. I always like all the stuff on it, so it looks like it's going to be a pretty solid album. Anybody got any comments about it, I'll listen. I will play it probably at least once over the weekend. I've got a few albums here I've got to do that with, but this one, it's a Jethro Tull album. I know I'm going to like it. I haven't had one single Jethro Tull album I didn't like. I had a little bit harder time with Crest of a Knave just because it sounded a little bit too Dire Straitish, but I got used to it and then I kind of liked it quite a bit. So there you go. Passion Play, Jethro Tull. This one, Robert Palmer, Riptide. I'm not a big Robert Palmer fan. I got this album because of the one song, Addicted to Love. The reason I like that song is because I used to be part of a tennis club when I was in my 20s, and for the year-end banquet, they decided because I was new, they wanted to get me some exposure, and they asked me if I would do a skit with them whereby I played Robert Palmer and 6 of the women from the club played the Palmerettes. And we did that song, Addicted to Love, with me on vocals, lead vocals out front. So we lip-synced it and had the music in the background, and actually got a lot of people saying it was funny and they enjoyed it a lot and I did a good job. So I've always had I've kept pictures of it somewhere in my album. I really enjoyed it, doing it, and so I wanted to have the song, and so there I have it, Addicted to Love. The next album up, this is the 2nd album by this group I have. My first album was recommended to me, Colors by Eloy. So now I have Eloy's, the 2nd album I have is Dawn. Saw this for a pretty good price. The color contrast is very different. You've got the blue, kind of blue-white, greenish colors of colors, and then you have these bright colors. So I really like the colors of their albums. They're really bright, and even the disc is bright too, which is nice. And the thing I like about CDs, albums used to have stuff written in them, or sleeves, or you got little packages of stuff and posters often, but they come with these little books. There's a picture of the group and another picture of the group. Unfortunately for Eloy, all this is in German, except for, fortunately, the lyrics, the lyrics for the songs are all written in English, which is good. So it's a pretty solid album too. I've listened to it. It's in my playlist right now. It's the only one of these albums that's in my playlist right now. I almost forgot it, like I did that other one last month. But I've been listening to it. I still haven't really warmed up considerably to Frank's vocals, but I don't mind it. I've gotten used to his vocals, so it doesn't really affect me too much anymore. But yeah, good album. Playing it, I'm still getting familiar with it, so it's quite good. Next up is Expect No Mercy from Nazareth. I've been meaning, it almost amazes me. I've been listening to Nazareth for a good 40 years now. I like a lot of their stuff, but I've never owned an album by them. Not a CD, not a cassette, nothing. That amazes me that I never had that. So I've got about 8 or 9 of them on my list to get, and this one I saw it for a good price. It was $11. I thought, you know what, this will be my first Nazareth album. I haven't taken out the package to listen to it yet, but I'm sure this is going to be good. They're a lot heavier of a band than a lot of people think. They associate them with only certain songs, but they got a lot of deep cuts that are good. So I'm looking forward to that. This is going to be good. The album I got at Beat Goes On. I was in there looking for something else, and I saw this, and it's Led Zeppelin's Houses of the Holy, a really great album. My friend John bought it when we were kids and played a lot. He taped it for me, so I had it. But I never actually owned the album, a CD or a cassette or anything. So this is my first copy of this album. It's in good shape, as you can see. Comes with a book. I like the books quite a bit. I'll take the book out, show it to you so I can get it out here. So yeah, it's pretty much standard book, you know, just lyrics and more lyrics and more lyrics. And of course more, and then at the end it gives you the breakdown of the band. Where is it? Right here. Who plays what. Not that we don't know it's Led Zeppelin, of course, but one of their better albums, I think. There's quite a few songs on this album I really like a lot. And last month I got the present, so now I think I've got about 5 or 6 of their albums now. But the ones that I don't have, other than Physical Graffiti, the Led Zeppelin 3 and Led Zeppelin 1 are the 2 I don't have also, but I had those originally in vinyl. So I've had every Led Zeppelin album except for Physical Graffiti now, and eventually I'll have them all. So I've been listening. This is going to go in my playlist when the Presence wears out a bit, because I'm still playing that. Anyways, great album. This one, you know, I debated about getting this one. The price was pretty good, and it's brand new. It hasn't even been opened yet. Left Overture by Kansas. What do I say about Kansas? They have a couple of tunes I really, really like a lot, but I haven't really warmed up to a lot of their stuff. I'm not really sure why that is. They seem like a natural fit for me, like a band that you would think would be one of my favorite bands. I'm hoping that having the album and being able to play it whenever I want will make a difference. I haven't taken it out of the package yet, mostly because I've got so much stuff going on and so much to listen to. I can't do everything at once. Yeah, but anyways, it's a brand new album in the package still. Like I said, I got it for $10. I'm happy with that, and it's by knowledge is probably their best album. So I'm going to listen to this probably in the next week or so, and see if I can get myself going on Kansas, because they've got a lot of albums out there that are pretty decent, I think. The last album cost me a bit of a small fortune because it was an import, but I went looking for this album based on recommendation by a show that I watched. One of the guys on the show I kind of respect quite a bit recommended this album, and the cover is like really cool. The colors are cool. I really like the album's a bit I don't know what the term is that you use for this type of music. It's progressive, of course, but it's very almost synthetic in some ways. I'm having a hard time warming up to it. Plus, you know, I'll show you the album. Great album cover and everything. Peter Hamill singing on this album. I've had a real difficult time warming up to his banshee-like screeching vocals on the Vandergraaf Generator albums I have. I've wanted to. I think their music is pretty solid, but I can't quite overcome his voice yet. Sometimes it takes a while. Some people I'd never overcome. There's a few like that out there, but I paid like close to $30 for this, so I'm going to be giving it a really strong effort to. I will probably do a recent album look back on this in a couple of weeks when I have more time and I've had a chance to listen to it quite a bit. Then I'll be able to tell you what I think of the album. I think the cover itself looks great. I've listened to it its entirety once, and I've got a general feel for it. But I really I try to do, whenever I listen to albums, when I first listen to them, there's a few things I do. I'll play them, put them on the thing while I'm cleaning and stuff, so I kind of get them as background. And then once I've done that 2 or 3 times, I'll sit down, play the album, and listen to it solidly. That's when I really hear it. Most of the time, that's what I do. Some albums, I like the Jethro Tull Zealot Gene that came out not too long ago. The first play, I had to play it on the internet because I hadn't gotten the album yet. I was waiting to go to my place. They were holding one for me, but I hadn't gotten it yet. And so I did that a couple times. And, I sat and actually listened to the whole album front to back, and I love that album. It's a great album. Now I have it, it's in my playlist, and I'm playing it all the time, so it's great. So there you have it. Those are the albums that we get this month, for the month of March. Some fairly solid albums. Not much this month. I didn't get much, but I think all of them are pretty decent albums. And I think maybe next month will be a little better, be able to get out a little more, and probably every once in a while I find some place that has a whole whack of stuff for a really good price, and I just go mental, and all of a sudden I got 30 or 40 albums. That happened a couple months ago when I went somewhere, and they had just recently put a stack of stuff that I really liked, all for $2 each. I thought I'd hit the gold mine, and they were all in good shape too, which is unusual. I even bought 4 or 5 albums I already had just to try and upgrade my quality, because some of them wear out after a while. Anyway, so there you have it, the haul for the month of March. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and just in case maybe you came in a little bit late and didn't hear it, tomorrow morning's series that I do called Rock Grade 2 Thrill Lessons, but since it passed on, won't be issued tomorrow. It was due to come out tomorrow morning because I didn't have time to prepare or do it tonight, so I'm going to do it for Saturday morning, and then the one that's supposed to come out on Sunday will come out on its normal time on Sunday. So I apologize for those of you who will be looking for it tomorrow morning and it's not there. It wasn't something that I had planned to do. Just a couple things came up and we weren't able to actually do any kind of research, which I like to do before I do this kind of stuff. So we'll do it for Saturday morning, and then we'll do one on Sunday, and tomorrow night's live I will do tomorrow. I haven't quite sure yet, but I think it's going to be something with Genesis, because Genesis recently had their final concert of their history. I may do something on that concert. Depends on how it looks, or I may do another Genesis concert of some kind. They're a great band, one of my favorites. They're in my top 7. They're my group of 7. And just a legendary band who I quite have enjoyed a lot of their stuff over the years. So we'll probably be doing something with Genesis tomorrow night, almost assured, unless something miraculous comes up. I score an album I've wanted or something like that. So I hope that you'll be okay with that. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Let me know if you have anything to say about any of the albums I bought or any of the albums I've collected over the last month. And that's it. So from Prog Monster, I hope you have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.